Hello everybody and welcome back to Chellington Farm. Yeah, I thought it'd be good to start in the farmhouse. After all, we own this and I haven't actually been in here before. Well, not properly anyway. I think I was in here for the first tour. So yeah, this is a place that we do still own, even if we've forgotten about it. So let's head down to the farm. And I think the main thing about the previous episode was that I forgot to scan the field for number 36. I did apply the fertiliser and the lime, but it was, well, at least it seemed on the surface to be pointless doing that because it hadn't been scanned, so we didn't actually know how much of each thing needs to be applied. But I have just looked into it and I'm fairly sure the game is very forgiving and it will allow me to scan it afterwards. So if we can sort this out retrospectively, that would be great, but if not, then I'm hoping maybe the easy development can sort stuff out. The easy development mod. Now, I'm just going to mention this now. There's a really weird, high-pitched sound outside, and I live in the middle of nowhere, in the countryside, and there is nothing that I can think of to make this sound. It's distant, but it's extremely loud. I don't know if it's being amplified somehow, but it sounds like a street cleaner, like a road sweeper. But even then, it's just crazy loud. And I don't even know where it could be coming from. So if you hear it, if you hear a really weird sound in the video, that's what it is. It is the mystery humming sound. Now this is our carrot field, and it did actually start to grow in the previous episode. There will be a section which hasn't germinated just yet, but yeah, I'm really hopeful that this is going to sort things out. It doesn't look like we're doing anything, but of course we are scanning the field. In fact, let's just go on to here and see what we can see. Oh yes, wrong one of course. This one here. Okay, so that doesn't seem to be... Ah, it is. There we go. It's doing something now. Maybe just being a bit slow. I was probably going too fast. Weird. It obviously doesn't like it, but it is sort of working. Every time we stop, it works. So, the question is, if I was to sort this out in easy development, maybe we can rectify the issue. I don't want to make a habit of doing this, it is ridiculous, but it's all I can think of doing. So I think I fertilise it once and the lime stays on. Okay, so that has obviously reset that, but hopefully it means this tool will now work. Yeah, I really have messed it up. Okay, that's an issue. It is interesting though, because it's actually putting down a large amount of nitrogen, like way above what it probably should be, and the pH, that's good, pH is good. So if I was to keep stopping, it would seem to work, but I think, yeah, it's going to have to be done with the other tool again. I think the best bet is just to leave it. We'll just forget about it for this one. It looks like it has actually been applied, but we can't see it. If not, then it doesn't really matter. We'll just get this harvested when it's ready, and then next time I won't be so silly, and then I'll make sure I have all the data which is required to do the lime and the fertilising when we put the next crop in. Okay, so moving on, let's go and see exactly what's happening with the other fields. I think the alfalfa may well be ready, but we do need to spray your liquid fertiliser over those 3 fields. It's a huge job, but it has to be done. If the alfalfa is ready, then it's unlikely that we're going to be able to apply fertiliser. So let's just take a look here. Needs ploughing. Yeah, that's the only field that didn't get ploughed. It is still growing. Okay, that is good. So if we go into this category, we will sort out the sprayer, which is just here. And I was going to go for this one, but I was going to charge £5,000 for the leasing, because, well, there's no price currently, and the price of leasing in this game is a little bit crazy. So it's just going to have to be done. Otherwise it's going to be seen as taking a shortcut. But the good thing is we do have a self-propelled sprayer. So let's buy some liquid fertiliser. We'll probably have to put some herbicide on as well at some point. Okay, we have no money, but we actually do have a lot of outstanding payments. If you watched the previous episode, you'll have seen that I sold loads of silage. So at midnight, we are going to be paid a substantial amount, which of course is going to be great. As soon as it gets to the stage where we can't do anything else without more money, we'll just rest. But the focus is of course the alfalfa field, because if I don't do that today, then it will never be able to be fertilised, because it'll be fully grown. Right, beacons on, and let's go to the fields. 3 fields in total, including the massive one. Okay, yeah, that sound outside is getting louder. And yeah, if you can't hear it, then it means nothing, but if you can, it really is a horrible sound. I've never heard it before. So just trying to judge how wide this sprayer actually is. Looks like that's about right. Yes, I'm really hopeful that this is going to work. Okay, yes, you can see it is a different colour. Now, when we have got the cows, we'll actually have the manure, but we should also be able to get some digestate from the BGA, which is just across the railway line, right in front of us. But we'd have to get something fairly big, a pretty big spreader, because this map isn't really geared up towards the really small equipment. We do want to be going with some bigger stuff. It's a great opportunity to use the bigger sprayers. Okay, so looking at the map, you can see that it is applying the nitrogen. Doesn't seem to be improving it by much. I guess it's just because it is really bad. It would require several applications to be very good. So if it was applied 3 times, I'm sure it would be as good as it can be. But this at least is improving it a bit. We're going to get a higher yield than what we would have done if we hadn't bothered to do this, or if we had missed the time to do this. It has been hectic getting everything sorted, but we're definitely on the right track, and once that field, this field and that field have been harvested, it's going to just change everything. We should have so much money. And the best thing about it is they're all different crop types. It's all new. Well, I have done alfalfa before, but I don't think I've ever done linseed, and well, that's stopped. Weirdly. Why did that stop? Did I go? Oh, I might have gone out of bounds. Let's just see. Interesting. Maybe if I put it to deactivate automatic application. There we go. Yes, it can be a bit sensitive, so that's good. As I was saying, linseed, alfalfa, and that field there is spelt, and we've also got the carrots, so interesting times. One of these fields, probably that one over there, the one which is currently linseed, will be onions after that crop. But I'm going to try and do everything in this series. So yeah, the next big job is going to be this field. We're going to be cutting it, we're going to be picking it all up, we're going to be either baling it and wrapping it or putting it into a silage pit, but it just makes sense to ferment it because it's just worth so much more. But it is a really nice crop. It looks so nice. And this is a nice field. It's funny how you can just take an instant liking to certain pieces of land. I guess it's just the characteristics of the surrounding and the field itself, because it's got a little island in the middle, and it's got this nice track going around the outside with trees surrounding it. It just looks good. This is my kind of field. I'm a field fan. Okay, so let's get this finished off. Looks like we have loads of fertiliser, so no issues here. We'll be into the linseed field next, and then we'll be over in the big field. So I think when the time-lapse finishes, I'll be in the big field applying the fertiliser to the spelt. So I'll see you in a second. Okay, so yeah, welcome to the final field that we're doing today. It really is going to be a huge job, but at least we have the equipment for it. So I think we're just going to have to keep going. We've got plenty of fertiliser. And I think really there isn't anything more... There's no more jobs to do today. So I think we are just going to have a break after this. We're going to rest, see the money come flying in tomorrow, which is still this episode, just tomorrow in-game day, and see where we stand from there. See how much money we've got. If we do have quite a bit of money, then we might be able to get some upgraded machinery, maybe some new machinery. I'm definitely still looking to get a new tractor. Well, when I say new tractor, I mean another tractor. I would like to have 3, and then we can change one of those 3 in the future. But I'm very happy with the Fendt, very happy with the T4. So there's definitely no changes coming up soon, except for the addition of another tractor. But which one? I really don't know which one. I think a Deutz-Fahr would fit in quite nicely on this farm. But then it leaves the question of how big? How big of a tractor do we need? Well, I suppose since we have the T4, we should probably go bigger. It would be nice to go bigger than the Fendt, but I think probably in between. We could definitely use another tractor of that size. So yes, and of course we also need to have the money available for cutting and sorting out the alfalfa. So most likely loading wagons, but we could go with a trailed forager. It's a possibility. And if we had a trailed forager, we'd have to have quite a big trailer. A trailer designed to carry a lot of loose, bulky material, lightweight material. So probably the Claas trailer. But then it has to reach it, of course. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to continue here. We're going to get this done in the next time lapse. Yeah, it really is getting through it. It's not a big job at all. But it would have been if I'd had to buy a sprayer, because the sprayer that I would have bought would have been tiny. It's all we can afford. Well, this is the final piece. It's amazing. It's hard to believe it's in the same field because it's been so fast in comparison to spreading the lime. Yes, that lime was crazy. It took me 2 hours, 2.5 hours in real time to do this field. Ridiculous. So I will never be doing that again. If we need to put lime on this field again, we'll go for a bigger spreader. But there we go. Finished. Let's fold this up. We're going to take it back to the yard. I know it's leased, but we've only just started the lease, so there's no point returning it just yet. We will get... Actually, no, sorry, we won't. We won't get a daily fee because I've already paid £5,000 and it's worth nothing, this sprayer. Yes, it was certainly adjusted at some point in the past on another series. I think actually it was a survival roleplay episode. It was free because I didn't want to mess up the money. Most likely before I was using easy development, where it was more difficult to add money back in. You could do it, you just had to go out of the game and adjust the XML file. I had to do that all the time with FS19. All those survival roleplay episodes in Series 1. Okay, so let's park it over here. Of course, the other thing I want to do is to get some sheep, because they're just going to be so simple, and when we have the money, we'll be able to just get them straight into there, give them some hay bales or maybe some grass, and then they will sort everything else out themselves. They just breed and make wool. I guess I should set this up now. So I'll put this over here, and we'll put this over here. It's good. Okay. So, it does seem a shame to rest now because it's such a beautiful day, but I just can't think of anything else that needs to be done. Yeah, definitely requiring more. Not that one, but these two in the next few days. So we will do it again. But yeah, that is I could, I don't know, I could get you the analysis tool and do this, but it might not work. I think I messed it up for this crop, but next time we'll get it sorted. So let's just sleep. It really is a shame. I hope that, oh no, look. Phew. Turns out to be a bad day after all. Yeah, it's going to really change things. It will still be the spring, but it is the final day of spring. And we now have 35,690. Seems like a good time to stop, so we can now repay the loan. We have no money outstanding, which means we finish off with £25,690, which I know isn't much, but we're basically waiting for the harvest. It's going to be when we make most of the money. I forgot to mention when spraying the field, the sprayer wasn't changing the colour of it. It's just, for some reason, when you view it from a distance, it's a lighter colour, and then when you're up against it, it's green. I'm guessing that's just in preparation for when it is ripe, or later on in the growth stage. So that field hasn't changed. The alfalfa field is, yeah, I think that's ready to cut. It looks like it is. Oh no, not quite yet, that's good. So maybe we can apply more fertiliser, but probably too soon. And this field has grown a bit more. Let's take a look at the carrots. So yeah, for the rest of today we're going to be sorting out the sheep. And yeah, because we messed around with the easy development, it has gone back to the first stage, but not to worry. The carrot field is going to be last anyway. Right. We're going to get the cows as well, but obviously when we have the money, not before harvest, although it is definitely up there on my priority list. So, do we pay to have them delivered, or do we go and get them? I've got the Holland trailer here. Now it would be £856 to lease it, or I could buy it and then return it. Could resell it, which would probably be cost effective if we're buying enough sheep. But then we don't have much money for sheep. They are on average about £450 each, so I do need to make sure that I choose the correct one, because this one here is a medium-sized breed that grows fast but produces no wool. So that's no good. The Suffolk, a large breed of sheep that grows extremely fast, produces a modest amount of wool. Merino is a medium breed that is used for wool production. It grows slowly, is not very prolific, but doesn't require a lot of feed as an adult, so that could be a good one. And the Dorset, a large breed of sheep that grows moderately fast, has modest wool production, and requires a medium amount of food. Okay, so actually maybe the Dorset is the best one. Of course it would be the second most expensive. Right, okay. So I think, let's just see here. Yeah, it's basically £100 per sheep to have them transported. So we'll definitely buy it and we'll sell it. That's what we'll do. So we will spend all of our money, and then once we've spent all our money, we will get the money back. That'd be the easiest way of doing it. So we use the T4. I think that's going to be the best tractor. Let's go over to the store, and then we'll go to the livestock market. I wish we had more money, but sadly, until we have harvested those fields, we're not going to get anything. Train. Oh, forklift. Okay, so let's get this thing unfolded. We don't have to, but it just looks good. Get it reversed up to here. And we can buy the sheep. So yeah, I think I agreed Dorset was the best one. Let's get it filled up. Confirm. And that was 4,814, so we should be able to get almost a full trailer. Not quite a full trailer next time. And then, as I said, we'll return this to the store and get our money back. But I think, yeah, that is going to be enough sheep. Because they will breed. Although, having said that, didn't it say they were all female? I'm guessing artificial insemination then? It would make sense. Okay, so yeah, let's go and put them in the field. We'll come back here. And then once we've got them in the field, we can sort out the feed and the water. Yeah, I don't think you can really give them water before you've got them all in there, because the amount of sheep that you have will adjust the amount of water they require. So I could probably turn the valve on the trough now, but it would only give them a small amount. Not enough to keep them all going. I could take a shortcut through there, but then it might end up being a long cut. I've created so many long cuts over the years. It is, though, another beautiful day. So nice. And the new tractor is going to have to hold off until harvest time. Not necessarily until after harvest, though. Maybe just after the first field. But I think I have seen quite a nice Deutz put on Mod Hub recently. And I haven't studied it. I don't even know its model number. But when I saw it, I just thought, oh, that might be quite nice for the Chellington series. But of course, if you have any suggestions for the next tractor, then please do post down below. But I don't use Deutz very often. I think it would be nice to have some, or at least have one. Okay, don't want to go too fast. It's very bumpy. And I think we just position them in the gateway. There we go. So yeah, get them all out. They've already depreciated. The price has gone down. And yeah, I suppose I should give them some water, even though we're going to have to top it up again. There we go. No food yet. I would imagine they're grazing. But yeah, we'll make sure there is something in the trough. Okay. So, let's go back for that final trail load. I don't know how many it's going to be. Probably 2 short of a full load. Yep, 2 off a full load, but that is plenty. So, no, there we go, other way. We finish off with, how many was it, 20? I've messed the order up. A decent amount anyway, it will show me on the animal page. Right, 18, that is enough. And you can see how it's pulled the water level down. So, oh, it's really changed things. It's really changed what they actually have for food. So I'm hoping I can still give them hay. Yes, there is hay just there. Yeah, as for their... maybe it's all equal, because you have like a percentage of effectiveness. Something, if say it was with the pigs, corn is 100% effective. So I'm guessing they're all 100% effective? I really don't know. But anyway, let's get that livestock trailer return. They've got the water. I'm hoping they're grazing, but we will get some hay bales put into here. And very soon we'll have some grass as well. They have a nice area. I really don't know what kind of money we're going to get back for this, but if I remember correctly, if you return it in the same day, potentially, you get back the full amount. So that's like a deal. Try before you buy, maybe. Or if you don't like it, you can return it within the same day. Bit of a sneaky thing to do, because of course we've made full use of it. So they might charge us something. We'll have to go and find out. This junction here is crazy. The traffic. Farming simulator traffic. You can't beat it. Lunatic. Get back there, snaily. Cement mixers, they just resemble the shape of a snail. It's like a lorry carrying a shell. Okay, here we are. Enough of the road rage. Yeah, so we use the JCB to transport the hay from the bale shed to the sheep. Pop this just here. It's hopefully in the trigger. Okay, 16,795. I think that's what I paid for it. So we have £17,000 again. I know that is really not what I should be doing there, but a little bit desperate at this stage. We wouldn't do that if we had more money. Okay, so I'll see you back over at the farm in the JCB. Just part this here. And we'll head up there. Ah, my weight. I think I have a pallet somewhere as well. Probably in the carrot field. So, just need to take the bucket off. How many bales do I have? 6. Well, that should be enough. I think we can actually give the sheep alfalfa, so we could actually keep some back for the sheep. What I could do is pick most of it up loose and then bale some as well, bring it back to the yard to store. Only thing is, if it's not wrapped, I'm guessing it's going to rot away. So how many will 18 sheep require? These are Heston bales, so I think 2 will be enough. They may not even want 2, but we'll take 2. With a bit of luck, we can just place it down next to the trough and it will be accepted. But yeah, things seem to have changed. It might be seasons actually, which has changed this, not the Maize Plus. I really don't know. I don't tend to look too much into it, although actually no. We have sheep on Survivor Roleplay. No. And yes, it doesn't seem to be different there, so it must be a Maize Plus thing, I would imagine. Might be wrong. Yeah, I thought I had the grips in. I'd like to tip the bales further back, but with this JCB you have to have the boom higher to be able to tip back. Okay, so it's probably going to be a case of putting them on the other side. Oh, it's working. Oh, well that was easy. Didn't even have to put them down, he must have taken it from the top bale. Right, okay, so yeah, they have 400 litres of the hay. Now that must be the grass which is here. So that's pretty good. Straw pellets. That must be for bedding or something. And they also take sugar beet and carrots. Interesting stuff. So, yeah, obviously we're going to leave it there for today. Yeah, they have a production of manure. So the straw pellets must be for the manure. This is different. This is more interesting. Because before I was just literally giving them grass and that was it. We can get out that way. That's going to be interesting for the future. Okay, so yeah, we're going to put these back in the shed. We'll probably keep them close by. Is that a bale cell point? It looks like it might be, unless they're given to us from the start. Let's just see here. No, I think, well, I don't know, maybe it's for sugar beet or something, stacking a root crop against. Anyway, there we go, that's there. We'll close the gate and we'll call it a day. So thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video, and until next time, see you again very soon. Bye for now.